Hey, what's up, dudes? Welcome to the channel. Just some guy. If you're new here, well, welcome. If you're not new here, well, welcome back. Um, Today's video, we're gonna be talking about entitlement. And what do I mean by entitlement? Well, I think mostly entitlement recently, anyways. The example that I have, right, is gamers. I play Path of Exile. I've played Path of Exile a little bit in some of my recent videos, and one of the big things for me, one of the big things for me is that I see a lot of people um, complaining about how things are too hard these days, and one of the things that always got me was when was it that we felt entitled to everything? Like everything, like just because we buy a game or whatever, like when did we start being entitled to that? You know what I mean? Like if something was hard, and I'm wondering if maybe the reasoning is just because like I come from like a different era, an older generation, right? Um, not to date myself or anything like that. But one of the things that always gets me is that you have these people that are just out here and they get a game. Let's say the game's free too. Like this is one of the ones that always gets me the most is when you have a person um that plays a free game, like a free to play, MMO or a gotcha game or something along those lines. And like they sit there and they're like, "Oh, this is too hard. I can't I can't do the thing." And one of the things that always gets me with that is like not everything is for everybody. Now we had this problem back in the day with things like Dark Souls and stuff like that, where you had like these game journalists that couldn't beat games. And they're like, "Bruh, I'm mad that I couldn't beat this game." And it always astounded me because I'm like, man, you know what happens when I can't beat a game? I either A, get good, or B, I go play something that's more my speed. Like, I don't think that everything is for everybody, and I don't think that it should be. There's hard games, and the thing is like a lot of times you know what you're getting into, right? Like and if you're not doing any research at all on the game that you're looking to purchase, I think that that is also, that's on you, right? If you look at a game and you're like, oh, that's really cool. And like, let's say the game is like $20 or something like that. And you can finish most of the game. Like I'm not very good at Path of Exile. Like I'll keep it a buck. Like I am not the best Path of Exile player. I can't do, Uber Maven, any of those things. Maybe like if I played more and I played more meta classes and I learned it and I spent all the time on it, maybe, but probably not. Um I'm just not I'm not built that way anymore. Maybe back in the day, but not right now. And it's the thing is it's not something that like is imperative to my enjoyment of the game, right? Now, there's a lot of people, and like I bring this up because I was talking to Nazrin a little bit about this, but I've been seeing people complaining about how like the new content in Path of Exile is too hard. And like the thing that gets me is like things, just because it's in the game doesn't mean that you deserve to do it. Like hard content is there to be hard. And if you can't do it, well then that's on you. Like get good, or don't get to do the content. Like that was one of the things with like World of Warcraft, with like, the bleeding edge guilds that are doing like, the hardest content day one, and people are like, well, it's not fair that they get to do this hard content or this raid content day one because they're no lifers that, take time off of work in order to do it. And so, that was like one of my complaints a little bit with Season of Discovery, where people were, all these, dads that get like 1 hour of gameplay a week. They've got 7 kids and 15 wives. They work 4 jobs, to make ends meet, and they're complaining because some homies get to like do some content that they weren't going to be able to do anyways, like a day or two early. Like, who cares? Yeah, like what's it matter? But the thing is like, um, especially with like a free game, like if the content is hard, either figure it out and figure out how to beat the content, or um you don't get to do the content. It's just that simple. Like I think that, especially for me, I come from like old NES, SNES, PlayStation 1 days. Where it's like, man, games were brutal back in the day. And maybe it was more brutal because we didn't have uh you know a ton of resources on guides on how to do everything like as soon as it came out, right? That was like one of the big things. Like we just had to figure it out, man. And so like if I couldn't figure it out, well, I either got good or I just stopped playing that game. And if you get your time worth, like I'll see people that are like, oh, I put 1,000 hours into this and it's not fair that that I can't do insert whatever content. And it's like, well, maybe you don't deserve to do that content. You know what I mean? Oh, we're gonna do this fetch quest. Thank you, brother. God bless you too. Um, this is a new this is a new layout. I've never seen this before. I haven't played 7 days in a minute, so a lot of this is brand new for me. But and so like that's the thing that kind of gets me, right? Is that like I come from that era of you figured it out, and like yeah, I can't beat a lot of the stuff in Path of Exile. Hell, I can't beat a lot of stuff in a lot of games. Like, I am not the best gamer, but I understand that. And if I want to see the content, well, I just watch somebody who's better than me do it. It's pretty simple. You just watch somebody else beat this stuff. Oh, I'm on fire. Oh no. Oh no. It took me a while to get caught on fire. That's weird. But anyways, I think that like it's just so odd that, well, I mean, it's that, entitlement. It's the entitlement of and like I said, especially with like gotcha games and free games and stuff like that. Like what gets me is that these people won't even pay for the thing. And then all of a sudden they're like, they feel entitled to all of the content that the game provides. If the game's free, then, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you play what you play. Like, realistically, and I hate this entitled, like, well, I'm you know, providing the game XYZ, because even though I don't pay for anything, like that always kind of got me with like gacha games where it's just like, brother, like the game company will probably survive without your free to play self going on to every thread everywhere and being like, "Ah, ah, I'm free to play. I'll never ever ever uh you know, pay for anything in this game." It's like, cool, brother, nobody asked. Like those are the kind of people that just get like real annoying like real fast. But yeah, I don't know too much like where I was going with this, but like it just kind of annoyed me recently with people being like, "Oh man, like I'm never paying for anything ever in these games and they owe me content and stuff like that." But they're not willing to put in the time to do the content or, you know, find a way around it. Like one of the things with the Path of Exile stuff is they're like, "Well, my build can't do whatever content." Like, well, then make another character with a build that can do the content, you know? Like, oh, well, I don't want to play that. Well, then you don't want to do that content. Like, seems pretty straightforward to me. We get a potty pistol? No, just some paper, potty paper. I don't know how I like this, this light change in and out of here. But, yeah. Yeah, I just don't, I don't particularly get it. Um, we really shouldn't be, um, changing things for people of the lowest common denominator, because then like one of the things that always gets me is it's like, oh, okay, so you make everything easier. Oh, there's probably going to be mines or something out here. I'm gonna blow myself up. You make everything easier for everybody, all the casuals. Everybody already like gets everything and then they quit anyways, or they weren't going to be able to do that content in the first place no matter how easy it was, you know. And so you run into issues like that where it doesn't particularly matter how easy or hard the content was, they weren't going to be able to do it anyways. Oh, I'm out of stamina. I forgot that like early game in this is like real brutal, and if you use like any power attacks, you're just not going to be having a good time. I heard there's supposed to be a new zombie survivor builder that's coming out at some point soon that I'm looking forward to. It looked like 7 Days to Die, but with like better graphics, which I'm all about. I really spent a lot of time on this game. Oh, we're gonna get this guy. What? That's my take on things. I feel like we're just everybody's getting way too entitled to things, and maybe, well, I mean, it's not anything new. Like it's been like this for a while now. I've been around gaming long enough, but you know, it just kind of bugs me a little bit that uh we continue to let people do it, you know, and we change things to cater to these people, and I don't think we should. You know, not everything is for you. I think that too goes to a whole lot of people, just in general. Like, if you come into a space where everybody else is pretty happy, and then you're like, no, this has to change. Like, maybe this wasn't for you. You know? I've always kind of felt that way. I was never a big fan when people came in to gaming spaces or anything like that and started making demands. These guys just don't stop. Just don't stop coming, man. They turn up like how many zombies exist in the settings or something? I don't think this would work in a real zombie apocalypse. But who knows? Maybe we'll live through one of those here soon. Maybe. We'll see with the way things are going. Fallout 5 VR IRL. Anyways, dudes, that's it for me. I will catch you later. Thanks as always for watching my video. You stayed till the end. Let me know that you stayed until the end. But as always, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take it easy, homies. Peace out. Wearing my Fallout hoodie today.